Daniel grew up in a neighborhood where life moved fast and opportunities often slipped away as quickly as they appeared. His family struggled financially, but the real challenge for Daniel was the lack of emotional guidance. His father worked long hours and rarely engaged with him. His mother, though loving, was often overwhelmed by household responsibilities. As a child, Daniel craved attention and validation, seeking it in the wrong places. By his early teens, he was experimenting with substances. First alcohol, then cigarettes, then drugs. What began as curiosity soon turned into a dangerous pattern. The temporary relief they offered masked deeper pain, insecurities, and a sense of emptiness he could not name. School became a battleground. Grades slipped, teachers shook their heads, and friends drifted away. Daniel felt increasingly isolated, trapped in a cycle he could not break. At home, tension grew. Arguments with his parents became frequent. Each conflict left him angrier, more withdrawn, and more reliant on substances for escape. He wanted to stop, to regain control, but the habit had a grip on him stronger than any promise or desire. Nights blurred into mornings, days passed unnoticed, and a sense of despair settled over him like a heavy fog. The turning point came one cold evening when Daniel woke up in an alley after a night he could barely remember. His clothes were torn and he felt bruised and humiliated. He looked around at the city lights, the people moving past him without noticing, and realized that if he continued down this path, there would soon be no one to notice at all. No friends, no family, no future. The next morning he made a choice. Not a dramatic vow or a grand declaration, but a quiet, firm decision to seek help. He reached out to a local rehabilitation center, a place he had passed countless times without imagining he would enter. The staff welcomed him cautiously, understanding the resistance, the fear, and the skepticism that often accompanied someone trapped in addiction. The first days were brutal. Detoxification brought physical pain, headaches, and nausea. Withdrawal amplified his emotional turmoil. Panic attacks, sleepless nights, and overwhelming cravings. For the first time, he confronted the weight of his choices, the years of neglecting himself, the friendships lost, and the bridges burned. Each day felt like climbing a steep mountain, but slowly, under the guidance of counselors and medical professionals, he began to take small, meaningful steps toward recovery. Therapy became a cornerstone of his journey. Daniel learned to identify triggers, certain places, people, or even emotions that pushed him towards substance use. He practiced coping mechanisms, journaling his thoughts, meditating, and engaging in physical activity to channel his energy productively. The process was slow, sometimes frustrating, but each step forward reinforced his belief that change was possible. Family support played a crucial role. His parents, initially skeptical of his ability to recover, gradually became his allies. They attended counseling sessions, learning how to communicate without judgment, how to rebuild trust, and how to celebrate progress rather than punish setbacks. Daniel realized that addiction was not a personal failure but a disease, and that love, patience, and understanding could guide him toward healing. Education and work became the next focus. Before addiction, Daniel had abandoned school, feeling hopeless and unworthy. After entering recovery, he re-enrolled in high school classes and eventually earned his diploma. He discovered a passion for community work, understanding from personal experience how easily youth could fall into similar traps. He volunteered at youth centers, mentoring teenagers, sharing his story honestly, and emphasizing the importance of making positive choices early in life. One of the most transformative experiences was joining a support group. Hearing the stories of others who had faced addiction, relapsed, and rebuilt their lives gave Daniel perspective. He realized he was not alone, that recovery was possible, and that sharing his journey could empower others. He began to speak at meetings, offering encouragement and practical advice, showing that mistakes did not define a person's future. As the years passed, Daniel's resilience grew. He pursued higher education, studying social work and psychology to better understand addiction and trauma. He became certified in counseling and rehabilitation techniques, using his lived experience as a foundation for empathy and guidance. Clients found his insights invaluable. He could anticipate challenges, offer realistic strategies, and inspire hope with authenticity. Daniel's journey was not without setbacks. There were moments of intense craving, days when memories of past habits tempted him, and times when progress seemed fragile. But by then, he had developed an inner toolkit: mindfulness, journaling, therapy, exercise, and community support that allowed him to navigate challenges without relapse. Each obstacle he overcame strengthened his resolve, proving that recovery was not a destination, but a lifelong commitment. Eventually, Daniel founded his own rehabilitation and mentorship center. It provided comprehensive support, counseling, education, job placement, and recreational activities. The facility welcomed individuals from diverse backgrounds, emphasizing dignity, respect, and empowerment. Daniel's personal story served as inspiration, showing that transformation was possible even after years of struggle. Community recognition followed. Daniel spoke at conferences, participated in policy-making discussions about addiction treatment, and collaborated with other organizations to expand resources. Despite the accolades, he remained grounded, committed to the core mission, helping people rebuild their lives with dignity, knowledge, and hope. Personal life also flourished. Daniel rebuilt relationships with his family, developed healthy friendships, and nurtured a network of support that reinforced his well-being. He learned to enjoy life without substances, finding joy in creativity, travel, mentoring, and the satisfaction of making a tangible difference in others' lives. Looking back, Daniel often reflects on the moments that seemed insurmountable, the nights alone, the fear, the shame, and the despair. He does not see them with bitterness. He sees them as the crucible that forged resilience, empathy, and purpose. The boy who once felt trapped and hopeless has become a man whose life is a beacon of transformation, offering guidance, understanding, and hope to countless others. Daniel's story demonstrates the extraordinary capacity of human beings to overcome even the darkest periods. Addiction, while devastating, does not define the entirety of a life. With courage, support, guidance, and relentless determination, it is possible to reclaim agency, rebuild a future, and contribute meaningfully to the world. Today, Daniel continues to write, speak, and mentor. His message is simple: the past may shape you, but it does not dictate your destiny. Each choice, each effort, and each step toward healing is an act of empowerment. He emphasizes that seeking help is a sign of strength, perseverance is essential, and compassion for oneself and others is transformative. For those struggling with addiction, Daniel offers a clear example. It is never too late to change, and every small effort counts. His journey reminds us that adversity can be transformed into purpose, that mistakes can be catalysts for growth, and that even in the midst of despair, hope is possible. Ultimately, Daniel's life is a testament to resilience. It proves that with determination, self-awareness, and the courage to face one's challenges head-on, anyone can rise above seemingly insurmountable obstacles. His story is a reminder that adversity is not the end of a journey, but the beginning of a path toward growth, compassion, and meaningful impact.